Morning, guys. Camera upside down. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Anyway, welcome back. So today we're in the shop. I don't have the lights on over here because they make this horrible buzzing sound that you're not gonna want in the videos. So hopefully I remember to turn them off later when I'm talking to you. We'll see. So we got a shop. I didn't want to do like a huge reveal video or anything like that. It's just, it's a shop and we got one. Cool. But we got the F250 over here and we're going to start getting down on it. Today is kind of tear down day, see what we need to order, kind of get everything ready to go. Like I said, I knew we needed some stuff, but I want to check the front end out, see what steering components are bad. I've got bad ball joints, U-joints up front for the four-wheel drive system, whatever's bad. Want to figure it out, get it on order, so it'll be here in the next couple of days. Then on the inside, I'm gonna tear out all this factory black leather, probably the carpet too, so we're changing lots of stuff on the inside. I may even pull the dash because it is nasty, it's dirty. I want to steam clean the vents and everything. So just kind of depends on how far we can get, but that's kind of the goal, is to kind of just tear it down, see what we're working with, get a good idea of what's going on with the truck. I did drive it over here, it drove fine. The only issue it has is in regen mode, but it seems like it just hasn't been regen in a long time. We may end up having to do like the manual regen where you have to do it through the computer, but I've got to get the clock spring replaced before I can do that. So yeah. That's another thing, we may pull the steering wheel. That clock spring should be in Monday, and I'm off Monday, so we may end up just making this a couple days video, but we'll see. But anyway, that's the gist for today, guys. We're gonna be tearing this thing down, getting into it, see what we need, make a list, and then start knocking that list out. So let's get into it. Come along for the ride. Okay, so good news. The ball joints look okay, upper and lower. I didn't see any movement on those two little clips, did you? I didn't see any. So I think the ball joints are good. I think we might have a little bit of wheel bearing play on this right front. The left front feels good, but I think it's called the tie rods on this. Inner and outer tie rods, which is basically that big fat bar that runs across the front. That's bad, and I think I don't know if they call it the track bar. I think it's the track bar. That kind of connects at an angle on these two guys. That's worn out. So looks like inner and outer tie rods, track bar with the, it comes with new bushings and all that stuff. And that's looks to be it. And possibly a right front wheel bearing. Might be able to snug it up. We'll kind of pull the wheels off and check it a little bit more thoroughly later. But let's dive into that interior, start yanking this stuff out. All right, guys, welcome back. Day number 2 of teardown. Sorry you have to listen with the buzzing because it's so dark in here without it. You can see we got all of the back seats and trim, everything torn out today. We'll be working on getting this weather stripping out from around the doors, around the top of the cab. All that's coming out today. That way we can get ready to spray this cab. So all of this trim through here, all that's coming out today. I couldn't film a whole lot yesterday. I didn't realize exactly how dark it was in here. I guess the windows, these windows are tinted, and man, it is dark in this truck trying to film. So I brought just like a work lamp. Hopefully that gives us some light. But what I'm gonna probably end up doing is getting some lights and mounting them on that far wall over there, and just running a line down and dropping them in and putting a couple lights on that wall to get this side of the shop kind of lit up. Even with the door open, it's just kind of dingy inside the car. I don't know. It is overcast, so we're not really getting a lot of light out of these skylights. But anyway, that's what we got done yesterday. We got these door panels torn off. I'm also going to probably try to clean up these door panels and paint them, because you can see, I mean, like, they're just so, I mean, look at that, like, difference between this and this. Those plastics took a beating from the sun on this truck. So you know, these unfortunately are like plastic welded into the door panels, so you can't replace them. You have to replace the whole door panel if you want to replace them, and it just is what it is. These we're gonna pop the switches out of them and sand them, prep them, and we're gonna paint them the same tuxedo black as the truck, so they'll match the black outside of the truck. And then we're also gonna do that to these panels right here. So we'll pop the vents out of them. I need to get one new vent for that one right there, right past the gear lever. I need to get a new one for that because it's broken, it's just flopping. Maybe we can fix it, but for now, plan on a new one. I don't know if I'll change the vent color. Maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think like popping these vents and then changing them to like the gold, like the Adobe gold? Think that might look kind of cool? I think it might look cool. Maybe we'll do that. We'll see. Leave your thoughts on that below if you think that would be a cool kind of tribute to the outside of the truck. You know, do all of the gray panels like this, that tuxedo black, and then do all the AC, just the middles. I'll leave the outside chrome because we got some chrome in the mirrors and stuff like that. That Adobe gold, if we can get them apart. So let me know. I think it might be cool. I also ordered a new one of these guys, not the whole cluster, but the actual little plastic shroud, little lens, I guess you want to call it, that goes over it. Ordered that. Got all of our front end parts ordered. So both right outer tie rods, the left tie rod, the center link or drag link, ordered all that stuff. Got Moog parts, got a pretty good deal on it. Should be here next Friday. So hopefully next weekend we'll be able to, I'm hoping to try to get the paint this week. Try to order it tomorrow. I want to go see if I can get it locally first. If I can, you know, I like to buy local if I can. If I can't, I'll order it online. I should be able to get it locally though for roughly the same price. Yeah. So today, pulling out the rest of the interior panels that we need to. And oh, I also ordered the parking brake cable because they cut it somewhere. Where'd they cut it? Oh yeah, we tucked it up right there, but yeah. So I ordered that new cable that goes to the back. Ordered that, also ordered the tool because they are a pain in the butt. Anyway, so today, finish stripping the interior, paint these door panels. We're gonna clean them up, paint them, get them looking decent again. I know they're not gonna be perfect, but I think they're like $400 a piece for those door panels. I'm cheaping out, man. I'm cheaping out and painting them. And if they don't hold up, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But anyway, let's get to it. Day number dos. Those Super Duty door panels are probably the easiest door panels I've ever had to take off. Like it's literally 3 or 4 7mm bolts. You pop off the switch panel and then just slide them up. They go in these little channels right here. The doors just like slip in there. So once you get the bolts out, you just lift them off over the lock. The handle stays. There's nothing to it. I will say that that's probably one of the easiest designs I've ever had to. And you don't really have to worry about breaking clips and all that stuff. Choice. The only clips you gotta worry about is, like I said, on the switch panel. Nice. So before we go any further, those side pillars, we could take them off, but we're gonna have to unplug some of the overhead airbag plugs. Before we do any of that, I'm gonna disconnect both these batteries. And that way we don't have any accidental airbag discharges. Don't need none of that. So let's get these batteries disconnected and we'll head back in the truck. Oh, it didn't even occur to me. Drew has these like, I don't know where he got them, but he has these studio lights. And like, bruh, look at that. I'll probably put one on the other side maybe. And we can actually see what we're doing in here. Look at this headliner. Dude, have you seen a dirtier headliner in your life? I've never seen one that dirty. Not never. So it's crazy. We're gonna have to get my my DA polisher over here and see if we can clean it. It's nasty. And we'll find out. So both sides got the weather stripping off, got these lower kick panels off. I don't know if I'm going to replace the whole carpet just for that one little spot. I'm probably going to get some WeatherTech mats for it. Other than that, the carpet's like perfectly fine in this truck. It just needs to be cleaned. So, but I am going to have everything out. So if I'm going to replace it, now's the time. But like you get down in the rabbit hole of, oh, while I'm here, I'll just replace this and this and this and this. And then you end up buying a new truck in spare parts. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see when we get there. But got all of the panels off inside. I can't get these seat belts off. That one's like in there. And I don't want to break my tool or the bolt. And then this one is stripped. It's just spinning. So, but it's tight. So I'm just leaving them in there. I don't really need to get them off anyway. Now we're gonna pull these panels off the dash and then we'll get to cleaning and painting. So remember when I was telling you guys about the glass, how it's just a solid piece? And I knew that it was supposed to be sliding, heated, all that stuff. And I was pretty sure it got shattered. And if you look right here, definitely got shattered at some point. So we could leave that glass, but I really would like this truck to be the way it was factory. So I'm gonna have to pony up and put that glass in there. So just wanted to give you guys that little piece of information. All right, let's work at getting these dash trim pieces off. It's like he drove this truck through the sands of the Sahara every day. I mean, like, look at this thing. It's weird. Never seen like dirt like that this far up. Makes me think this thing maybe is a flood truck. But like all the connections, like all the wiring looks fine. Like there's no corrosion in any of the wires. And it's just like dust, like a fine dust, which is like, would be like silt, you know? That's what I'm thinking. So that's the only thing that like kind of worries me. And the fact that everything's got like a little bit of surface rust, but like that's normal. I mean, I've seen that before on other cars, and it's never really been an issue. It's full of spider webs too. Spider webs and dust. Like, I don't know what the deal is. I've never seen a car this dusty before. But I find it hard to believe that you flood this truck up to the roof. You know what I mean? This thing's high. But, you know, been deep floods, I guess. Just very weird. But like I said, all the connectors, you can see in there, you know, they all look nice and clean, no corrosion. I haven't pulled the fuse boxes yet just to see what they look like, because they're covered up. So if there's dust inside those fuse boxes, that would be weird, or at least to this level. I don't know. I'm gonna pop them open and see what they look like. I mean, everything works electronically on the truck. Like the cruise works, like all the lights, everything works. So, you know, oh, the only thing that I found that didn't work was the sink. But apparently that's kind of a common issue on these things. When they get older, the sink system, the fuse blows, and I haven't checked any of that stuff. So it's just weird that it's this dirty behind the dash. I don't know, but it's just dirty everywhere in this thing. Perfect. So it doesn't look like there was any water ever, you know, no signs of electrolysis or anything like that. So, I mean, that's good. It's just kind of concerning right there for a minute when I was like, God, even the inside of the vent is just full of dust. So he must have just worked in the dust bowl. All right, guys, so we went a little crazy and we took that bezel out. The radio is going to come out eventually too. Right now, I'm looking at getting this airbag out. I want to see kind of how it looks on the new steering wheel. So, because this looks like a little bit lighter black. I don't know, but it could just be the lighting. I have no idea. So, but I think the other truck's black matches like the buttons better. I think they're almost the same black. So let me see if the paint I have matches. And go ahead and paint this stuff too. Clean it up, tape up the emblem, and paint it. So, but I got these tabs are on the back of these things. You got to get them with a flathead screwdriver. So, but the rest of the stuff has just been like pulling clips, and you know, if you've ever taken apart an interior, it's kind of the same thing. So we're just, like I said, we're tearing this thing apart. So see if we can get this airbag out and check it against the other steering wheel and see. But I think it's gonna be a little light, but we'll see. Remember how I said that the forward door panels was a good design? those 3 clips, not a good design, pain in the butt. Anyway, let's see what the color looks like against the new steering wheel. Hoping it's pretty close. I would think it would be. I don't know, it's like a shade off, but I don't know if there's any other colors that Ford made. I think if I paint it black, it's gonna be a shade off black too, because like the black is gonna be like the buttons. See how the buttons are black, but like the wheel is a little bit grayish. So I don't know, you know, it's not straight black, but the airbag is like a little more gray. I don't know if it's just because it's old. I don't know. Time will tell. I'm gonna rock it like that for now. See how much it bothers me. Anyway, I think it'll be all right. All right, guys, we got the steering wheel and everything out and off. Just mocked up the new one in there. Looks cool, even though everything's still a mess. You know, gotta see what the new hotness is gonna look like. Anyway, we are going to wash these front door panels real well and then see if we can paint them. Then we'll probably call it a day after that, and work on the other ones tomorrow. So the sun's getting low, got probably an hour and a half left of good sunlight, so we'll get them scrubbed up and then gonna paint it up. Guys, so we got the panels cleaned up, got the handle taped off. I might tape this up. I don't know. You can't remove it, unfortunately, so because it's still in decent shape. Or I may just try to like blend it in. We'll see, because we do need to get like in here and stuff like that. But anyway, the trick to anything like this is to do like just light coats, just super light. If you try to go too much too soon, you'll get runs, it'll look weird. It's gonna look weird at first, but just do super light coats and it will come out. I think it's gonna come out looking pretty good. So I'm gonna paint this guy up and see how it looks. And then we'll do the passenger side. And I think the backs are good enough where I can just clean them up and dress them. This one, I just kind of wiped down the dust. You know, it's a little faded, but the backs are not nearly as bad as the fronts. So we'll get these cleaned up. Same thing with the center console. I may try to remove this, just the gray surround, and paint it black like the rest of the gray trim. I don't know, we'll see how involved it is. I know now, don't mess with water inside the shop, do it outside because it runs that way. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to paint. Dark, but I got these next to each other so you can kind of see the difference. Pull this light back a little bit, but so that is the one we just did. Is it perfect? No, but it's a damn sight better than that, all that faded plastic. And so that versus that. So we're going to go ahead and knock this one out, get that one all painted up, get it looking back to decent. You know, this one's got some spots in there where, you know, I didn't lay the paint perfectly, but I mean, from here to that, I mean, probably blind. Anyway, I'm digging it. It looks a whole lot better than it did. I was gonna see if I could just do the tops of them, but now looking at doing the whole door panel, definitely just gonna do the whole door panel. I think on the backs, I am just gonna clean those up and leave them alone, but the fronts are pretty hammered by the sun. So, like I said, they're not perfect, but it's not gonna be the first thing you notice when you get in the truck, which is what we're going for. So that's that. On to the next one. So, hung up one of the panels. It is a whole lot better than it was before. Not perfect, but definitely an improvement over what it was. And it's now not the first thing you notice when you open the door of the truck. You know, it was all chalky and just faded, and it looks way better that way. So hopefully it holds up. Time will tell. But got a couple of more things to remove before we're ready to start prepping this guy for paint. I got to get that cab molding off, but it's being stubborn. And so I'm gonna talk with our buddy Connor over here, who does paint work for, like, that's his thing, that's what he does. Shout out Command and Control, throw a link in the description. But anyway, I'm gonna ask him, get his opinion, see how that comes off. I don't wanna damage it, and I've already damaged one of the little clips. Don't wanna keep doing that. So, but anyway, got the truck torn down. It's almost ready for paint, guys. Almost. Got a couple little trim pieces. I gotta pop the switches and clips out, just a little boring stuff, so I'm not really gonna bother filming all that stuff, but we should be ready to paint next video, or not paint, but prep for the paint, and kind of get everything done. Maybe we'll do the front end work. I don't know, we'll see how it kind of pans out, what parts we get and whatnot. So anyway, but as always, guys, I do appreciate you guys coming out, watching the videos. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. Remember, what did I ask you guys? Oh yeah, do we want to paint those vents gold? I have to replace one anyway, so I'm leaning towards not. But I have to replace one, so maybe we'll paint the one we have to replace just to see what it looks like. I don't know. Tell me what you think. But anyway, as always, guys, appreciate you coming out, watching the video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't. But always consider subscribing if you want to see more content. And appreciate it. Peace.